Okay, so in previous lecture we discussed about the oxidation pond and the types of oxidation pond. In that we discussed about the aerobic stabilization pond. Okay, so where the totally aerobic conditions maintained into that pond, and the microbial algal symbiosis which act into that pond. Okay, so the second type, that is the facultative stabilization pond. Okay, so what is the symbiotic relation and functioning of facultative stabilization pond, or mechanism of purification of facultative stabilization pond? Okay, so as we already discussed about the facultative pond, so this facultative pond which consists of both the conditions, that is the aerobic conditions as well as the anaerobic conditions. Okay? So the, as you can see into the image, the top layer of this pond, basically this facultative pond which consists three zones exist in this type of pond. The first zone is a top zone. This is an aerobic zone in which the algal photosynthesis and aerobic biodegradation takes place. The bottom zone, this is an anaerobic zone, and the wastewater settle and undergoes the anaerobic decomposition. And the middle zone, that is called as intermediate zone or also called as facultative zone. This is partially aerobic zone and partially anaerobic zone, and the decomposition of organic waste are done by the facultative bacteria. Okay. So this is what the working of the facultative stabilization pond. Okay. So as we know, the facultative is the combination of aerobic and anaerobic stabilization pond. Okay. Plus facultative bacteria. Okay. So as we already discussed about the oxidation pond or aerobic oxidation pond or aerobic stabilization pond, and this aerobic stabilization pond which are used as a nutrient removal, treatment of soluble organic waste, and also they are used for the conversion of waste. And mostly these stabilization ponds are used for the treatment of irrigation return water or any other industrial waste and having the shallow depth. So whatever the depth of stabilization pond or aerobic stabilization pond is vary from 0.15 to 0.45 meter. And if you want to treat the domestic wastewater, so the treatment of domestic wastewater, the depth is vary from 1 meter to 1.2 meter for the aerobic stabilization pond. Okay, so now facultative stabilization pond, as you can see into the image, the first zone is the aerobic zone, then the second zone is the facultative zone, and the bottom zone is totally anaerobic zone. Okay. So in the top layer, what happened? The atmospheric oxygen is dissolved into that water. Also, the algal photosynthesis, that is what the utilization of oxygen from the dissolved water or oxygen from the atmosphere, which utilized by the bacteria. Okay, so bacteria convert that organic waste into the CO2, NH3 and PO4, and they generate the new cell. Okay, so this CO2 is utilized by the algae, and algae do photosynthesis and release the oxygen. So this is what we already discussed, that is microbial algal symbiosis, in which the raw waste is admitted into the pond where the algae utilize oxygen from the atmosphere as well as the oxygen which present into that water for the photosynthesis process. So in for photosynthesis, they utilize CO2 and release oxygen, and this oxygen utilized by bacteria for the oxidation of organic matter, and they release CO2 and produce a new cell. Okay, so CO2 plus they are going to generate the NH3, ammonia, and PO4. So totally aerobic conditions, which is aerobic layer and aerobic condition. So they generate effluent plus algae plus bacterial cell. So at the bottom zone, the zone it is a totally anaerobic zone. Okay, so where the settleable solid and settled sludge present. Okay, so in this bottom zone, the totally anaerobic conditions present, and Due to the anaerobic conditions or due to the absence of oxygen, the anaerobic uh, degradation prevails at the bottom of that pond. Okay, so here the organics or the solid or the settled sludge that undergoes anaerobic decomposition. So the first an organic matter convert into the organic acid by the acid forming bacteria, and next this organic acid is converted into the CO2, NH3 ammonia, and CH4 methane. Okay, so by methane producing bacteria. Okay, so a two-stage working happen into this zone. The first one is the organic acid convert organic waste into convert into organic acid by acid forming bacteria, and in second stage the organic acid convert into the ammonia and methane CH4 by the methane forming bacteria, and the totally zone is anaerobic zone. Okay, and anaerobic conditions. Okay, so whatever the some gases and other mass which comes up from that anaerobic decomposition, that again some gases and whatever that sludge which comes out, that again oxidize in the aerobic layer. Okay, so that is called as facultative zone. What middle zone, where the whatever gases which generated from aerobic from anaerobic layer, that oxidize again into the facultative zone. So these release CH4, CO2, and NH3. So this is what the mechanism of purification of facultative stabilization pond. This is some of the facultative pond. So what are the factors affecting pond reactions? So wastewater characteristics and the fluctuations. So the wastewater characteristics affects the pond reactions. So basically, this design for the removal of organic solid, that is BOD and COD. So that's why the wastewater characteristics and the fluctuation is very important in case of the effluent which comes out from the stabilization pond. Okay, so these factors affecting pond reaction, wastewater characteristics, and the fluctuation in wastewater characteristics. Next, environmental factors like solar radiation, light, and temperature. So as light and temperature mostly affect the process of oxidation, as light going to be decreases, that uh, again the temperature that going to be increases, which decrease the dissolved oxygen. Okay, so as temperature going to be increase, that as temperature going to be increased, that going to be decrease of dissolved oxygen, and if temperature falls down, the dissolved oxygen going to be increased. So dissolved oxygen and temperature are the inversely proportional. Okay, solar radiation and light which helps for the photosynthesis process, and due to photosynthesis they release oxygen, that again going to be increase the oxygen level into water, which helps for the oxidation process. Okay, so this temperature as well as the solar radiation light which help for the photosynthesis plus oxidation of organic matter and also for the dissolved oxygen. So these are also the various factors which affect the effluent which comes out from the stabilization pond. The next, algal growth patterns and their diamonds and seasonal variations. Okay, so yes, the algal growth patterns and the seasonal variation. So in case of rainy season and winter season, that also affect the stabilization pond. Next, the bacterial growth patterns and decay rates. Then solid settlement, gasification, upward diffusion, and sludge accumulation. These are also some other factors affecting pond reactions. Some other factors affecting ponds reactions, that is the depth of aerobic layer in a facultative pond, is a function of solar radiation, waste characteristics, loading and temperature. As organic loading is increased, oxygen production by algae falls short of the oxygen requirement and the depth of aerobic layer decreases. There is a decrease in the photosynthetic activity of algae because of greater turbidity and inhibitive effect of higher concentration of organic matter. So this is again what the gasification of organic matter to methane is carried out. Okay, and acid production bacteria produce acid. Second step, this we already discussed. Algal growth and oxygen production. So algal growth converts solar energy to chemical energy in the organic form. Empirical studies have shown that generally about 6% of visible light energy can be converted to algal energy. The chemical energy contained in an algal cell average 6,000 calories per gram of algae. So depending upon the sky clearance factor for an area, the average visible radiation received can be estimated. Average radiation is equal to minimum radiation plus max radiation minus minimum radiation into sky clearance factor. This oxygen production occurs with algal production in accordance with the following equation. On the weight basis, the oxygen production is 1.3 times the algal production. So this is aerial organic loading. Aerial organic loading is the permissible organic loading rate at the different latitude. The latitude 36, 32, 28, 24, 20, 16, 12, 8 and organic loading in kg BOD is 150 kg. 5 days BOD 170 mg per liter. It is in kg. Okay, so organic loading in kg. 5 days BOD 150, 170, 200, 225. So as latitude going to be increases, the organic loading going to be increases. So detention time. The flow of sewage can approximately either plug flow or complete mixing or disperse flow, and a BOD exertion is less described by the first order reaction. The pond efficiency is given by for plug flow and for complete mixing. Hydraulic flow regime. Then depth. So depth having determined the surface area and detention capacity, it becomes necessary to consider the depth of pond only in regards to its limiting value. So the optimum range of depth for faculty pond is vary from 1 meter to 1.5 meter. Sludge accumulation, then bacterial reduction. Overall bacterial reduction in n ponds of equal detention time T in series is given by. So by using this formula we can calculate the bacterial reduction. So this about the stabilization pond, also called as oxidation pond, and the types of stabilization pond, that is aerobic pond, anaerobic pond and the facultative pond. Aerobic, when the totally condition is aerobic. Okay, so anaerobic condition which where the totally anaerobic bacteria present which convert the organic waste into the organic acid by the acid forming bacteria, and in the second stage this organic acid is converted into CH4 methane by methane forming bacteria. Okay, so in aerobic oxidation pond, the microbial algal photosynthesis occurs where the algae which utilize presence of CO2 from that water and atmosphere and they do the photosynthesis and release oxygen, and that oxygen utilized by the bacteria. They produce new bacteria, new cell and produce CO2 by oxidizing the organic matter. So this process continues, that is called as microbial algal symbiosis. And in facultative pond, the combination of aerobic and anaerobic and whatever that gases and solid which comes out through the anaerobic decomposition, that again oxidized by the facultative bacteria in facultative zone. Okay. So odor problem also minimize in facultative ponds. Okay. So these are the major three types of the stabilization pond. It is aerobic pond, anaerobic pond and facultative pond, and other various factors that affecting the pond reactions like depth, then bacterial reduction, sludge accumulation, then depth of then hydraulic flow regime, then detention time, then aerial organic loading. These are various factors that affecting the pond reactions. Okay, so these are some factors affecting pond reaction like wastewater characteristics. environmental factors like temperature and sunlight, then algal growth patterns, then solid settlement. These are various factors affecting the pond reactions.